Hey everyone, I made a video a couple days ago that was talking about genetics just by a little bit. I was talking about even more so how a lot of misconceptions come out of the fitness industry, especially when we're talking about elderly people, seniors, senior citizens. And this is a thing that weighs on my mind a lot, and it's the focus of my channel. People who have not been able to get the proper stimulus from exercise that they deserve are mostly those that are being left behind by society, seniors and elderly. And so that is why it weighs so heavily on my mind and my heart, because luckily for me, my parents don't have to deal with that problem because, well, I make them exercise every week. And so that's something that they won't have to deal with moving even deeper into older age. And I hope the same for every single family that is watching this video right now. And so, the same thing, I know I talk about this a lot. My free guide, just download it. It's right there in the comments, it's right there in the description box, in the very top. It's a free guide that will help you get the most out of your exercise, highest intensity, and help hopefully your parents, your loved ones get the most out of exercise as well. So, the topic today, and this is just a quick video, you know, I have a hard time with a lot of the folks who make a lot of silly claims about genetics that are absolutely balderdash. And I'm talking about the guys that I actually used to work with 20 years ago when I was first working at 24-hour fitness here in Texas. And these guys were like, yeah, do my workout. You'll get the same results as me because it's my workout. It's like, these guys didn't know what they were talking about at all. And even worse, they were probably on steroids. And so Dr. Doug McGuff put out a very recent video. If you have not watched this or you do not follow Dr. Doug McGuff, please do so, because he is the most valuable resource for exercise knowledge on the internet today. That is not opinion. When I say this, if I could follow in the mission statement that he has to help people, that would be my life's greatest work, truly, because what we're talking about here is truly a fountain of youth when it comes to strength training that so many people just simply don't know about. So I would have to say that my mission statement in life is very close to his, though a little bit different, I'm sure. I definitely need the people closest to me to have the best lives that they can. And so I would hope that everybody does eventually do strength training that knows me, because that's kind of my thing. Is, look, this is kind of free, essentially. I mean, you could spend $15 a month on a gym membership and be able to push yourself forward and really elevate your health on an exponential level. And a lot of people just don't know that it's possible, unfortunately. So, like I was saying, Dr. Doug McGuff's most recent video, he compares, and I'm going to leave this down below. I hope you'll watch it, and I hope you'll see what I'm talking about. You will never have to worry if I am on steroids or not, because I will never be on steroids. I will never be on performance enhancement drugs. And the reason why is because this is all about living longer and healthier. When it comes to strength training, for me, the only thing that really matters is the fact that I'm getting the results that I need to help me live longer and take care of the people that matter to me the most, right? And so that's really the thing. In Dr. McGuff's video, he talks a lot about how performance enhancement drugs will push people above 2/3 above their natural growing points. And so you'll see this huge elevation in their ability, right, in their bodies. Those things aren't actually happening in their bodies because of all the drugs and all of the strain that's being unnaturally put upon it. So, just a word of advice, of course, don't do drugs, for one. But the other one, of course, is most people really don't know about fitness and strength training and the benefits that come from it. But if you've been watching this channel, then you do know the benefits that come from it. So, if you're trying to compare yourself with someone else, of course, that's not a good way to begin the workout. The workout should be done at least once a week, just bare minimum guaranteed. And then those results do follow over time if we have a good diet, if we're not damaging our bodies in other ways, if we have a good environment of the organism, essentially. And when it comes down to it, my results have actually been extraordinary when it comes to this methodology. I've been nothing but a twig my entire life. Tiny arms, teeny tiny body. And I mean the smallest of the small. And actually, after I started this method and started working out with the Body by Science method, high intensity strength training, I ran into some of my friends that I used to know before I started it when I was living out on Galveston Island. And I said, wow, you've sure shaped up. What have you been doing? And I was like, well, I've been doing high intensity strength training. And those individuals saw how big of a difference all of this made in my own anatomy and my own life. And that's a big deal. I mean, for us to be able to compare ourselves to ourselves is the most important thing. So I think we should always be gauging our own effort upon our own results and how well we did a month and a half ago, because if we look at it in that manner, then we can continue to grow in a way that's positive for us, not comparing ourselves to Arnold Schwarzenegger or someone like that. And when it comes down to it, and I know a lot of the people who follow my channel really agree with me, this is about longevity and health. This really isn't about the body, how we look, aesthetics. We all want better aesthetics. But is that the focus of it when it comes down to it? I think it's a secondary focus. And I definitely want to help those of us who really have a drive for that to be their primary concern. I hear you and I see you, and I want that to matter. It should matter to you, because that's what matters to you, right? I'm not here to tell you what should matter to you. I'm just here to tell you what matters to me, and that's that you live a longer life, and that you are healthier, and that you are stronger, and that you have a better quality of living into older age. Whether you're 40 years old right now, 50 years old, you started doing strength training for a reason. Heck, if you're 70 years old, all the better. My parents didn't get started until they were 68 years old in this method of strength training. You can get started today, even deep into your late 70s, late 80s, even mid to late 90s. My oldest client doing this method, it was 95 years old. And that's extraordinary. I know that for a fact. She got a ton of benefit out of this. And so I hope you get the same benefits as well. And I'll see you on the next video.